So I'm about to upload a video, but you'll notice that my hair is totally different. I'm actually wearing the same shirt, I think, in the video, but I actually haven't been trucking for over a year. So all these videos from here on out are very old videos. I am no longer a truck driver, and maybe in the next video I'll explain why, but this video is already pretty long, so I'm not going to explain it in this video. So all these videos from here on out are just super old, and I just decided to start uploading them because a lot of people still ask about the trucking videos. So enjoy. In my last video, I drove 260 miles bobtail, so that means I had no trailer attached to me, to go pick up an empty trailer from UPS. I get there and I tell them a specific number, my trailer number that I'm looking for, and she's like, well, we don't have that one, we have this one. And I was like, well, is that a GTS trailer? And she's like, I don't know, we don't have any way to tell. And so she's asking, other people about a trailer that I can go pick up. And she states, well, she's looking for a specific trailer. And I said, it doesn't matter. It just needs to be a GTS empty trailer. So she's like, well, you can go and look. That's our empty trailer lot. Go ahead. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I go there and I find the trailer that I was actually asking for. And the tire was so flat, it was like kind of disconnected from the rim. And so I built up the air to that trailer tire. So if you're not a truck driver, we can apply air to our trailer tires. So I can air up my own tires from my truck. So I sat there and aired it up to see if it would build up air enough where it was still on the rim, or if it had like a huge hole in it somewhere where I just couldn't see. Yes, I understand it probably has a hole. That's why it had lost so much air. But without moving the tires, sometimes you might be on top of the hole and you just can't see it, and it might be like super bad. But it built up air. Anyways, so I'm going around and I'm checking the rest of the trailer, and it had a seal on the back. So where this drop lot area was at the UPS was like down a hill. There was no like office that I know of. There was like a repair shop, and then there's the guard shack. So I just called my dispatcher and I said, there's a seal on here. So if you're not a truck driver, a seal is one of this, and it would be on the back of your trailer, and if you break that seal, a warehouse can reject that load. So if you show up and it's broken, the warehouse can reject that load. So this seal was on there, and my dispatcher was like, well, hold on, we're gonna figure out what to do about it. So I'm like, all right. And so I look at the other trailers, I look at the back of the other trailers, and they all have the same seal. It all is the same color. So I flagged down a jockey and I said, hey, do these all these empties, do they all have seals on them? Because as far as I know, this is the empty drop lot. And he was like, yeah, the seal just means that it was cleaned. And I was like, that's kind of weird to me. Not a lot of facilities put put seals on their empty trailers, but some of them do. So it's not unheard of. But I was like, so can I rip the seal off? And he's like, yeah, it's your trailer, it's good to go. I was like, okay. It's weird to me because no one at the guard shack or over the phone, when I called the lady to ask about, so when you go there at the UPS, it's like you have a guard shack, but then you have to drive like 3 more feet forward, and then you have to pick up this phone, and it calls into the office, and a lady picks up. So that's why I couldn't just call back to the office and ask about the seal. Anyway, so I text my dispatcher, and I said, this is what a jockey said. And he was like, well, just hold on for a second. I'm like, all right. So I hang on for 20 minutes, and I'm like, hey, why don't I just drive back up to the guard shack, and if they say no, it's loaded, then I'll just back up, and then I'll go and drop the trailer off. I go over, and the guard shack's like, yep, it's empty. I'm going to go ahead and rip it off, and I'll show you. I'm like, all right, cool. And so, again, I had to call, like I pulled forward a little bit, had to call again off of the phone at the guard shack. And the person was like, yeah, that trailer should be in Indiana. And I'm like, well, it's not. The first lady said she had a trailer that was this number, which was just 1 number off of my trailer. And he was like, well, are you sure that's the trailer number? And I'm like, dude, I'm fucking staring at it. And he was like, well, the only trailer numbers that we have for your trailer is blah, 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 blah. And I was like, the lady legitimately told me there was no way she could see what company trailers. Anyway, so he was like, can you hand the phone over to the guard person so they can check? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And the lady at the guard shack was like, yeah, dude, I'm fucking looking at the same exact number. Anyways, that was a whole 9 minutes of talking about a load and picking up an empty trailer. So I get to the customers, and it wasn't really tricky. It was just I wasn't as close to the trailers when I started maneuvering as I should have been, and I was maneuvering inside a garage. I'm like trying to maneuver, and I'm not, really getting it. And this old guy comes up to me, and he was like, hey, that truck needs to move over because he's not really aligned with the docks properly, so he just needs to scoot over just a little bit. But you need to get over by the yellow poles. I don't know, he's trying to say something to me, and I can't really understand him. He's trying to tell me that I was too close to the wall, which I know that. When I was backing, I was getting too close, because when you back, your truck kind of goes like that. Okay. So he was saying that I was getting too close to the walls, and I'm like, yeah, I know that. And he's like, well, you need to come this way. And I was like, well, why don't I just let the guy move over in his dock, and then I'll start maneuvering around? But if you're telling that guy he needs to line up with his dock, there's no lines for these dock doors. So it's no wonder that he didn't line up perfect with his dock door. So he kept saying he's not even loaded yet. And I'm like, I understand that. I watched him back. So this guy is I don't know, he's trying to tell me something, and after the other guy relines up with his dock door, I'm like, I'm just going to reset up. He was like, no, just do it like this. And I'm like, no, I'm just going to reset up. So I reset up, and I'm pretty much getting it right in there. And he's telling me how to turn my wheel, or come this way. And he's I already know that I need to go forward. I already know you know, how I needed to turn my wheel. And it's very awesome how when people try to help you back, especially when you're new, or if the spot is actually really tight. It's amazing that people are so willing to help people back. But I already knew what I was doing. I just wanted to pause right here and say, just because I wasn't getting it the first time doesn't mean that I didn't know what I was doing. Sometimes you just have to reset up and everything goes smoothly right after that. And if he would have just seen that I was doing it perfectly fine after I reset up, then it would have caused me a lot less stress, because he's fucking with me. Like, he's not literally fucking with me, but like, I'm just like, look, you work here. I don't know if you're a truck driver, so if I am already getting it, it just messes with me when people are trying to give me other instructions. And he's like standing so close to the front of my truck and telling me to go, like, you know, like that. And I'm just like, you're too close to my truck. And these trucks just like to randomly lurch forward or whatever. And I don't want to hit you. And I'm like trying to tell him, like, thanks, I got it, I'm good, thank you. And then like I'm starting to back, so I'm like pulled forward, and then I like kind of need to like back up a little bit again. And so what I would need to do is back up, pull forward, back up. And he was like, yeah, don't worry about getting it like perfectly on the spot, just like go back that way. And I was like, I legitimately just need to do a couple back and forth just a little bit, like it would have been fine. Also, someone had ran over the wheel chock, so like I needed to stop, get out, pull the wheel chock, because after you run over them so many times, they just break. So it was just frustrating. I don't know. It was just like a very frustrating situation, and I didn't like it. It was just a frustrating time. Anyways, I'm going to New Orleans, and that's the whole point of this video, and a whole 15 minutes has already gone by, and I've just been talking this whole time, and I still have a whole video to record to go to New Orleans, which I've never been in New Orleans, so I'm super excited. And I don't know where I'm stopping at, but it's a pretty tight schedule. So I'm going to bed right now, and I'm going to wake up 3 in the morning. So see you at 3 in the morning. Bye. It's 3:20, and it's time for me to get ready. I'm extremely tired. I'm starting my day tomorrow at 1. So I'm going to bed right now. I pretty much had a phone call meeting the entire time that I've been off. So I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I'm not gonna make it to my appointment tomorrow, and I've already called. My dispatcher is off work. I had to call like a weekend dispatch. It's not really like a thing. So, well, it's not weekend, just, you know, like dispatch. I don't know. They're just people who take your information into consideration and don't do anything about it when your dispatcher is not here. So I let them know I'm not going to be there for the appointment. I asked if we can push the appointment back, which my actual dispatcher said that we could yesterday. You know, he was like, we definitely can probably push back the appointment. But since he's not in today, probably won't be in tomorrow. So I don't know what they're going to do, but I'm going to start my day because no one contacted me back and I already called twice, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to bed and hopefully I can be working. That's really easy going. Get there at 12 and then I have the rest of the day because I still have 520 miles to go tomorrow. And yeah, so hopefully I can hang out in the French Quarter tomorrow after I'm done driving. That'd be fun. Anyway, so yeah, this video has been long, so peace.
.3 miles ahead, take ramp to I-75 south.